There's power in a drum beat on a hill above the sea. Power in the voice of a supporter. But it all amounts to nothing. Together we don't sing. There's power when we're North OCSC. San Diego forever. Old Town Stingery. Valley and mountain chaparral to the sea. And the colors of our rainbow, sunset orange, Tory green. There's power when we're North OCSC. ST loyal forever. Someday in North County. Desert to islands. Get loud now, you and me. All our voices strong together as we cheer on our team. There is power when we're North OCSC.
Team, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Loyal Locals podcast. It's June 28th, 2022. We have a fun episode for you guys. I have a interesting tidbit of trivia for you. Drew, do you know what happened on today in 1969?
Oh man, so many things happened in the 60s, especially 69. I mean, putting a man on the moon, going, different places of music in my head. What happened, Nick?
Well, seeing as it's Pride Month, I thought I would bring up a little bit of trivia about the Pride movement. The Stonewall Riots happened today in 1969. So, New York City, gay clubs were a place where one of the only places where the gay community felt like they could be themselves, and they were constantly being harassed by the local cops coming in with different excuses, trying to shut it all down, and they just got fed up, and then so it led to multiple days of rioting. So today is the anniversary of that, led to the gay rights movement here in America. So I thought it's appropriate that we bring it up and we acknowledge that aspect of our history.
Great trivia, great thought. I really like that. So it's a good way to start today's podcast and remind everybody we're still closing out Pride Month here. And we'll still have some celebrations through San Diego Pride, which doesn't fall in the Pride Month. It's a whole fun thing in the next few months, but we do have a lot of things going on, and it's great to be here on this Tuesday with everybody to celebrate that and celebrate how far some progress has come, and then also how we know that we have to constantly fight for progress and celebrate the progress we do have, because it's always hard fought, whether it was 40 years ago or 50 years ago, or looking at things that happened in the last 5 to 10 years. So cool stuff, Nick. I think that's a really fun way to kick off the podcast. Appreciate being here.
I had to look it up. It's a new piece of history for me, so it was cool learning about that. And
we have someone new on our podcast too. Nick and I are old stables here. Staples. I said staples, but it sounded like staples. Yes. But we have somebody who's been an old stable person in my life, in terms of being somebody I've had on the courts before, and has a very great story just in terms of his fan becoming a fan, and then joining the locals and ST Loyal. But I'll let him tell it. Brandon Rodriguez, what's up, man?
What's up? Thank you guys for having me. Excited to be here.
Thanks, man. And we've had a lot of your people you've known throughout the years and been really close to and alongside in Section 109 or, around town and various soccer establishments. So excited to have you here in the pod, and we'll break everything down. But man, let's get rolling, Nick.
Yeah, weekly recap. Let's go. Good week last week, boys. Good week indeed. Long week, but Saturday made it all better. We're talking about a 5-0 win against Indy 11. Should have been Indy 10, but hey, doesn't matter. We scored 5 goals on them. Exactly. What was your guys' favorite moments from the game? What would you say was one of the highlights for you guys?
Oh, the missed penalty for sure. That was the only. That's actually really the only low light I can think of. That's the only time I was like, oh man, wish we could have done more. But I kept saying I went 6, I went 7, jokingly in the stands. But I think really the whole game was perfect. I mean, you score early, you keep scoring. I can't really ask for more. And I've got a turnabout question since that's fair play on you guys in a second. But I'll let Brandon share if he had any outright favorite moments.
I would say just being back in Section 109.
Yeah.
Being back in San Diego, being back in paradise. That was my favorite, just being with everyone again. That was definitely my highlight.
Yep.
Yeah.
My highlight was you being back as well, Brandon.
Thank
Right.
you.
Good to see you.
I
Even
don't,
after the
maybe
World
it
Cup
coincided with our
qualifiers.
drumming being a lot better and people being dialed in and being much louder on Saturday. I don't want to say it was 100% Brandon, but there's a small percentage
Correlation.
chance.
It's a
Yeah, there's a
correlation.
definite correlation. So that's for sure. But I think that the vibe was good. Everybody came to the parking lot early and was just kind of a nice roll into the game where I think 619 almost we got like it's almost like we pulled a muscle too early in that match. It felt like this one we were built to go the distance. We had kind of the right amount of stuff. So I guess I'll ask you guys to rank the goals, or at least give me your top three, I guess, in order in terms of your favorite out of the five, since there's so many goals.
Oh,
We'd be here a
rank the
while.
goals. Okay.
Yeah, rank them.
My first favorite one would be the Toomey Mushabani down the left, taking the ball off of Conway and cutting inside, and then as he's falling, just curling it into the corner. That would be my top one. Second one, probably the Thomas Among cheeky round the keeper, because I love a good round the keeper goal. You ain't stopping Thomas when he's got that speed, you know. And third one would be Kyle's back to goal, turn and shoot. He just knows where the goal is. Doesn't matter if he's got his back to goal, he knows where it is. He backs himself to just give it a go. So those would be my top
Was
three.
that Toomey goal the third or fourth goal in succession? I think it was the.
I was capping. I missed all the
I
goals.
think it was four. I think it was four. So you're saying like 4-2-1 or 4-1-2 is kind of what you're
Something like
going with there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Brandon?
for me, my top moment was actually that first one, Thomas goal. The reason for that is I did bring some friends, first timers, into section 109. And they've never been to a soccer game before, right? I was explaining, right before I was explaining how it's halves, not quarters. They're very big into basketball. So one of them is a Golden State Warriors fan. And so as soon as he saw number 23 on the back of Thomas's shirt, he said, that's my favorite player. And they were really wanting, they're like, oh, how many goals are there going to be? Is there going to be 1, 2, like a normal soccer thing? And so the first one goes in, Amon goes around the keeper, shoots it, scores. They kind of go crazy because weren't expecting that. So it was just a cool moment. Second favorite goal, I am going to say that Toomey curler. It's just beautiful, especially how Loyal put it into that little montage video, so to speak. And third, I'm going to say that Kyle curler away over at the other side of the pitch. I love Guido's pinpoint pass. And at this point, is Kyle, left-footed, right-footed?
He's both. He's
He scores with
ambidextrous.
both, right? Like, so I can't even tell you what he is, but I love a good curling shot.
He scores with his left. He scores with his right.
He's
name's
Kyle
Casey,
Vassell, and he does it all night. Yeah. Sorry, Jack Blake, you lost your chant, mate.
You lost your chance, man. He's scoring more goals right now. So yeah, I would go.
Yeah.
I actually love that Vass, the number 2. I think the one Nick, I'll go back. It was the third goal. I think is the one you're talking about. The one that with Toomey. So you went 3-1-2. I would probably go 2-3-1. I think the Thomas goal is just like pure muscle. And it is such a fun goal to watch for, and especially that one was like one of those bowling balls where, like, if you've ever seen a kid bowl and they don't quite put the full weight into it, they just kind of like drop it and it rolls, and you're almost like, does this have enough weight to knock the pins over? That's how I felt about that first goal from Thomas, but it was like such a fun goal because you like could feel the anticipation building where everybody's like, is it going to go in? It needs to go in. And like surely it went in. So I think that was pretty fun. But that second goal, just the ability, the tightness with which he turned and then fired it in is just, to me, pretty impressive for a big man who's that large but has that ability to pivot. We've seen it with Barry before. That's where I think we've had a lot more success with the system, is having somebody who can do that kind of thing and just have that sort of quick pivot in the box. And when Toomey's very effective, I think at his most effective, he's able to do this as well. It's just kind of like a quick choice and then shoot, as opposed to dancing around, and then usually the defense catches up to us. So that's where Kyle just was pretty impressive, I think, to me personally. But I would probably go 2-3-1 instead.
Yeah, another highlight. Barking Lot was back. We got to hang out pre-game at the stadium. Didn't have to repark my car and deal with all the trying to get in there when everybody's turning up for the game, coming back from Coronado. It was nice to just park at 4 o'clock and then just go to the parking lot and hang out with everyone. And shout out to our friends Chavos the Loyal for coming and hanging out with us. I know last week we hung out with them at Def. They came join us at the parking lot, and it was just a good time to see everyone. Drink some drinks before the game, have some pizza, buy some merch.
Shout out Eileen.
I'm really sad that I accidentally missed it. I'm really sad.
Shout out to your boy Brandon's friend and all of our friend Tom Blick for serving pizza. With his one glove solution. Was pretty nice, but kept it sanitary, and I appreciate that, Tom, and appreciate everything you did to get that parking lot up and going. So thanks to him. I know Nate Wiggins also was instrumental in helping set up. So anytime we have a parking lot, we do require a few more volunteers than our normal setup, and we were pretty light on Saturday. So I will say in the future that anytime you hear we're having a parking lot, we definitely need you. If you think we might need you, we definitely need you. So just get in contact with us on Discord to let us know, and Tom Blick is the person to contact about the parking lot specifically. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who came and set up.
If we're rolling into shout outs, I want to shout out everyone in 109 on Saturday because the energy was perfect. Perfect energy. It was beautiful. Chef's kiss. Everyone was just partying it up together. Everyone sung loud. I saw plenty of new people in the section going hard as well. Shout out to my boy Dylan who printed and laminated those chant sheets to go on the bleachers for the new people so that they could learn the chants quickly. It was just everything went swimmingly. On the field, off the field, 109 was a party. What did your friends think, Brandon, of 109?
Well, they are asking when's the next time I'm coming down so I can get more tickets going. They asked about group tickets because they might now invite other people. So we're multiplying. So love it. I love it.
I like to hear. All right. Drew, you want to shout out what do we raise money for at the Hartford game last week?
Right. So during the Juneteenth matchup, actually.
Sorry.
I think it says Hartford, but it was the Juneteenth matchup. The idea was to have $1 per entry since it was Juneteenth, and we wanted to do something to put our money where our mouth was on that day and not just have like an empty gesture or something like that, but we wanted to be able to honor kind of in different phases the different things that were happening on that day. So for Juneteenth, we chose to partner with the Black LGBTQ Coalition, which is a great group that does work specifically in that community. And since it is Pride Month, that's kind of just a great, I think, kind of way to say, hey, this is something where our money is going directly where our mouth is in terms of celebrating both those things on June 19th. So we were able to raise $450, which is pretty cool. The club matched us in terms of number of seats. And that just made it a really nice donation to where we're able to just have some impact and what that coalition is able to do in just a small way, but a way that we feel as, hey, you're just showing up, you're doing your part, you're also helping something else bigger than yourself. So pretty cool stuff, and thank you to everybody who showed up, because as you show up, that means that we're able to do more stuff like this, and as we grow our numbers and we have more people coming to games, that means we can usually grow our impact, not just in the stands, but in the community we live in. So thanks, everybody.
Speaking about raising money, we are still doing Pride Raiser. The month of June hasn't finished yet. There's still another game, and we're at 11 goals so far. So as the locals, we are currently at $253.83 a goal. So every time we score, the Pride that goes up by that much. We've raised 2,792 so far, so hopefully Kyle Vassell scores some more goals, or the team scores some more goals, and we can pump those numbers even higher. And what's really cool, I don't know if you guys know this, but Andrew Vassiliadis, the owner of Loyal, has said that he will match how much we raise. So at the end of the month, he will look at our total number, and he will throw that amount in as well. So
you think we're
shout
almost
out to
at
him.
$6,000?
Yeah.
If you double it. So let's close that gap. Let's get to 3,000, everybody, and then be able to say that we're there. So maybe a few more goals, maybe a few more donations, just a couple, maybe another $1. Maybe you already did $1
It's not too late. It's not too late to pledge. Just go on the website.
Just get keep the karma going, guys. We had 5 goals this week. If you donate a little bit more, I'm saying not promising goals. I'm just
That
saying
sounds like
paying it
prosperity gospel
forward.
of soccer.
Hey, I'm not legally bound to any of this.
Where's the wood? Where's the wood so we can knock on it?
Yeah.
my desk. There you go. But yeah, it's a great way to be able to again just kind of participate and cheer on a goal, but also know that your goal is going to something that's going to
Bigger
help
than
everybody.
soccer. It's for the community. It's bigger than the game, and that's what we're about here at the Locals. All right, and congratulations to Alicia. If you guys are on the Discord, you would have seen she posted the club when there's a clean sheet, they do a draw for $300 at the shop, and Alicia was a lucky winner from the last game.
Very
So
deserving. Pretty cool.
congratulations to her. She's going to buy lots of jerseys, I'm sure. Go get Cole and Eli the little kids' jerseys, and
Right.
yeah, it's
Too many.
I'm
The
excited
problem now
for
is
it.
decisions, right? Like
It's a lot of
what are
money.
you choosing? But then you go and you fill up your cart and you're like, oh, now I'm at $700. How did this happen? So fast. I had
Everything in the
$300
shop
to spend.
everything in the shop is really cool, so it's hard to decide.
I know you keep picking one of everything, and then it's hard. So good luck, Alicia, with the spoils, and thanks again to everybody last week that hosted. Dylan, Jason, and Jerry, great stuff, great conversation, and as always, the lounge was hot and fun. And this week might get even hotter since it's even
see.
warmer outside. My windows
see.
are open.
Might have to take the vest
come
off
in,
at
bring
some
them on.
stage. You know.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Hey, I see your locals kit behind you there, Drew. I hear you
Oh.
are running some sort of competition. Here.
No, this way.
There you
No,
go.
way. This way.
Yeah, this way.
But yeah.
I hear
this
you're running
way.
a competition for our members.
So here's the 2020 version of the kit, as the loyal scarf or the loyal fiend scarf decides to fall on me as well. For our visible listeners or viewing listeners, I'm holding the 2021 locals kit. There's Brandon also showing his.
No, I should have been
We are-
prepared.
Yeah, come on, man.
Mine's
had
in
a
the other
whole-
room.
I know. It was like a coordination thing. So we have a contest going on. It's been extended a week to this week, which is great. And it'll be closing on Thursday at essentially midnight, which means 11:59 p.m. on Thursday. So do get your submissions in. On Friday, we will open the voting probably sometime late afternoon. That'll go through the following week up until the following Thursday around midnight. As you can see, the theme. If there is possibly 4 or 5 designs, I think if we only have like 3 or 4, we'll just do one round outright. If we have about 5, we might get down to a situation where neither one has over 50%. If that is the case, we will go into a runoff with the top few designs, in which case we'll do it another week, and then we'll come back and set pre-order. So somewhere in that range is how we're going to end up with a kit, but it's going to be pretty exciting. As we go, we've seen some pretty cool designs already. Just sneak peeks here and there from the submissions, and I'm pretty excited to see what people think. And I've heard 1 or 2 more are coming, so hopefully they get them in by Thursday, because
Awesome. I'm excited
people who have
to
designed stuff before. So it'd be
I'm
cool if
excited
they
to see them. I know that a
designed
lot
some other
those that got the 2021 jersey. I always have people ask me all the time, "Oh, where can I get one of those?" And I have to say, "Sorry, limited run." But now we get another chance. Those people that missed out last time have another chance to be part of the crew who have the jerseys. So it's exciting.
You gotta be part of history.
Yeah.
a tradition unlike any other, because it wasn't a tradition until this year when we're doing it again. So we will get it going, and yeah, I think it's going to end up being really fun to see which one ends up being the one that everybody chooses. But and is it, and then you compare it year to year, and then the club rips it off the following year for their jersey, because that's the way that this works, I guess. So
Right.
kudos to
And
them.
just
They can just come back
just credit to the designers of the last kit that
right,
it looks
and
so good.
and just our general design community within the locals, doing stuff like Fiends, doing stuff like just all the great stuff that Travis has helped with over the years, as well as just all the different designers and just talent that comes out of everywhere. So always cool to see just different people collaborating, like one of the shirts behind me. And so it's fun to see. So I'm
The
excited to see
The artistic
comes through.
expression is beautiful.
Right.
love
Usually
it.
the
More
best
of
stuff
that.
comes at the last hour too. That's where I'm excited to see what's that 11 p.m. submission on Thursday that I'm like, oh, the game haseth changed, my friend. So go to thelocalssg.com/kit contest if you want to check that out. There is a page to submit your kit, and the Discord, the hashtag art channel, is the place where you can find all the details or ask me questions that are murky, possibly in the rules, and I can clarify as best I can. Sometimes I make it even murkier. Who knows? One of the questions we had was, can I put a new concept of the kit? My answer was, I believe changing the kit is a bigger deal than designing, or changing the crest, sorry, is a bigger deal than designing a kit. So
Yeah, make a
keep
sticker out of it or something.
we can, or you could also incorporate the crest into the kit in different ways, possibly, and maybe put a different thing where the crest is supposed to be, but be able to incorporate that. So there is different ways of making sure that that crest finds its way on the kit without necessarily having to put it naturally where the crest is. Some of the most fun kits are that way. Some also put it in the middle, which is always the weirdest. I don't know.
Yeah, the Man City,
That like classic.
the Puma.
Spurs have had a couple of those, but
Yeah.
it's always weird. So
Well,
anyway,
before
experiment.
we get to the end of the before we get to the deadline for the jerseys, we have a game. We have a game day
Oh,
tomorrow,
what?
boys.
So
We have a
game
we have a
integration?
midweek game. We only had to wait a couple of days. How good is that? I don't have to wait a whole week. We can party it up at 109 tomorrow. Who's
Oh, yeah.
excited?
Impressive.
I'm sure, Brandon, you probably
That
have
case.
work or something, so unfortunately, you won't get to see your beautiful face down
No,
here.
I will be hearing you guys from ESPN Plus. So
We'll make
There's
sure
that.
we're nice and loud for you, buddy.
You should be tweeting every few minutes along with the songs, just tweeting the lyrics. We are loyal to the song.
We're playing our friendly neighbors to the north, or maybe not so friendly if you've seen their most recent email
Right.
out to their
They also called us
supporters.
the evil empire last year, so like I don't know what they're just poking a bear at this
Yeah.
point. I think.
yeah,
I don't think so. We're playing Orange County. They're coming down. Sounds like they're bringing some fans on a bus, maybe. I don't know where they're going to find those fans, but hey, that's on them. Yeah, 7 o'clock
They've
kickoff.
had a bus last year too, right? And they like never showed
Uh,
up. They're like, yeah,
It
we're
broke
bringing
down
a bus.
on the 5.
It broke down on the
Broke
5.
down on the
Come
5.
on. Come on. That's not true. There's no way. I want pictures. Picture it didn't happen, Orange County. I think it
Yeah,
broke
so-
down when you had people sign up and nobody came. You guys won a championship and now you got some glory chasers who will ride a bus.
All right,
Okay.
let's go through some of the details of the game. 7 o'clock kickoff. Pre-game is going to be where, Brandon? Do you know where we always go for pre-games?
Coronado.
Yes, back at
Right.
Coronado this week. No barking lot. Going back to Coronado. Going to be a good time.
Someone
Follow the
have
mermaid.
a big glass of apple juice in my name.
I will have. They have really good craft sodas there that I found the other day. Really nice craft sodas. There's a pomegranate one. It's my go-to now. So we've got our pre-game. I believe is it 5 o'clock, Drew, or 4 o'clock?
It's typically around 4 or 5, kind of in between. I think it depends on when people really start actually kind of filing in there, especially a midweek game.
Yeah.
My guess is it'll be closer to 4:35 than anybody really piles in. A few of us will be doing setup as we always do.
Yep, set up
about
at
4 hours
4.
ahead of time. So that's where, again, once we're done doing that, usually those are the first people to arrive. During a midweek match like this in experience. So feel
Yep.
free to show up and be the first to be the ones that put your Risk piece down or your Settlers of Catan piece down and start as we start taking over tables slowly in the deck there at Coronado. So that is the time,
Yep.
and you'll just slowly see a bunch of people with jerseys. And even if you've never met anybody, you'll figure out who's there for the game pretty quickly.
Yeah, we got 4 p.m. set up at the stadium. So if you want to come help out, please message me or Steve. We're going to set up the banners. Then 4 o'clock as well at Coronado Brewing. Then 6:35 at the Fountain for our march. So I think I'm going to do something a little different for our march. I think we're going to do 2 verses first before we march off, just so that we can get the energy building around the fountain before we march off.
Can we
So-
slap people's phones out of their hands, Nick? They treat us like zoo animals. No, just me. Okay. It does. It is just funny that the instant reaction of people isn't like, I should join this. This would be fun to sing along. 'Cause
Yeah.
the song is obviously
We'll
pretty
get there.
repetitive.
We'll get
and
there.
easy to know. I'm going to film you instead. But it's people's natural reaction in 2022.
All right.
And
I think
it's
we
fun.
are wearing our third kits this week. Our
I
beautiful,
just love them. They're just wearing
beautiful
them out.
Separately Al jerseys, the nice mint green. So that will be nice. And obviously Orange County will be wearing their knockoff loyal jerseys. They'll be wearing their copy away kits.
Yeah, next year, Orange County is gonna surprisingly come out with the mint
Yeah.
mint kit.
Third kit, yeah.
It's been our third color this whole time, Brandon. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just like they're hilarious. But yeah.
They're gonna partner with Austin to create a third mint kit. You know,
It's a free, yeah. I like to say that we are rent here in San Diego, and I'm sure in Riverside is also expensive, but we live rent free in Orange County and Phoenix all the time. So, just
Yeah.
remember that.
it's nice to have property in both. Where do they even play? Where does Orange County even play?
Irvine Great Park.
It's
Follow the big
it's
orange.
You know, that's good property, and so is the middle of the desert. Great hot
I
property.
mean,
Hot
it
property.
used to be a air base for the military, so definitely just hot property. That's where they used to have definite explosions and types of artillery all over it, but great property. Yeah. But
Yeah, well,
San
if you
Diego,
can't
most
make
of it
the-
also used to be a military base, so there you go.
If you can't make the game like our friend Brandon because you have prior commitments or you move to LA for work, you can watch the game on ESPN Plus. But there's two other places you can watch it, on YourView and Canal 33. So make sure you log into those if you have those. Those will be where you can listen to the beautiful sounds of our friends Jack Cronin and Sal Zizzo doing the voiceover. So make sure you tune in if you can't be there in person. Help support the boys. And then
We have
after the game,
Sal and Jack on the call. I
yeah.
don't know.
After the game, we'll be going to O'Brien's as always and enjoying a nice hot water at O'Brien's and celebrating our hopeful win and putting Orange County in their place.
Nick, am I allowed to
Squeeze
drink
those
beer at
oranges.
these places, or?
Yes, you're allowed to drink.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I don't want to tell people that they're not. But Nick is being a very diligent person, and I'm through solidarity. We're all in a water podcast tonight. But yes, you are welcome to also have beers at these establishments, as Nick is pointing out. The other beverage choices that I also
Yes.
salute, but they also have some of the best beers in the world at
We're
O'Brien's.
almost
So
done.
feel free to indulge.
End of the
Especially as
month.
we win another 5-0 win with a massive cap off on the Pride Razor. So let's go.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Another 5-0 win would be
By the time you
awesome.
listen to this, probably if you're listening it back on audio, maybe tonight, maybe it already happened. So then come find us at O'Brien's, and we'll talk about the upcoming match here. But any other thoughts or details on this from you guys in terms of
Yeah.
things to think about?
I got one more thing, actually. Man of the match. Man of the match. People may have seen me post in the Discord today. I was looking at who has won our man of the matches all year. Every single one has been a goal scorer. Every time. The only defender was Kyle, and that was the day that he scored the goal. I would love for us to get more of the midfield in there. Thinking more of just the who scored the goals, because we've had Kyle Vassell three or four times already. I would love for us to branch out and look at players like Nick Moon, Conway, the guys that set up the goals. Colin Martin, you could argue that he should have won it a couple of weeks ago. Those guys that are pulling the strings but might not get the same recognition because they didn't put the ball in the back of the net. I just ask that everyone takes those into account when we vote tomorrow for the man of the match. Especially if we keep giving it to Kyle, he's going to keep wasting all our expensive beer.
I know he works better than a shower for him. I don't know. Maybe it's a like a conditioning thing with his beard. He's like, I like the smell and the hoppy flavor. not sure, but yeah, I agree. I think there's something to the nuance of voting and voting for not necessarily the player who touches the ball even the most, but might have the most impact on the game still. And maybe this isn't trying to create more work for Corbin, who does a great job of helping us run our man of the match in the Discord.
From
but maybe
Germany.
From Germany still. So kudos and Dankeschön. But the big thing is, I think maybe trying to include like foot mob scores if we could, almost in real time, would be really cool, just to show like what their impact has been on the game. At least give people kind of a metric, and they're not perfect, right? They're definitely all over the place sometimes, but it does help people at least get some semblance of, hey, I feel like this guy had a really good game, and then having some data to support that. So I don't know, ideas, but I agree with Nick. I think it is becoming a trend that last year we didn't have as much of an issue with, to be fair, and I think we did a better job of generally, and it feels like this year we've just been very into, did you score the goal, then you get the thing, and that's reductive, and I think people in this group, in this sports group, are pretty intelligent, and so I think we can make sure that we spread the love around, especially if players deserve it and they have controlled the match, as you're saying, with a Colin or, Charlie in certain circumstances as well.
So that Charlie one was the first time he's ever won man of the match. And we know how good he was last season. But that was the first time he'd ever won man of the match. And we were actually going to give it to Thomas Among, but he said give it to Charlie. Right. So there's players out there that deserve it. So let's spread the love around. Hey, you boys got much planned for the July 4th weekend? You guys feeling patriotic and going to be doing anything over July 4th?
Eat stuff, drink stuff, light stuff.
Because I can think of one thing that I'll be doing on July 4th.
What's that, Nick? I'll
be watching San Diego Loyal versus Colorado Switchbacks. That was such a terrible plug. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll be watching the game. We're playing away in Colorado Springs against Colorado Switchbacks.
It's kind of like a prime time July 4th thing. I mean, if you are out and about, if you're with your family, maybe in the backyard, a lot of people go to family stuff. Even if you're not, if you're on the beach waiting for the fireworks, you can kind of watch this while you're waiting. Kind of a great interstitial thing to do on your July 4th Monday match here. So we'll have some Monday night football this Monday, as well as in a couple weeks later. This will be the first test of that. It's a weird night to play. Maybe we're amazing on Mondays. Maybe we're not. I don't know. We'll find out, right? So it's one of those things where it'll be kind of fun to see, and it's a nice feel. So
because of time zones, it's an hour earlier kickoff. It's at 6 p.m. here in Pacific Daylight Time. So don't get caught out. Don't get caught out at 6 p.m. kickoff on July 4th.
That's right. It is at altitude. We will see how that affects our players here as well. That is not something they have to do a lot. Reminded that Albuquerque's at altitude. I'm trying to think of other games we might have played even at altitude with this group at this point. I don't think we have. So,
I mean, to be fair, USD is kind of high from sea level. So, yeah.
It's true. It's
up a hill.
It's up a hill. 200 feet above sea level.
It's up a hill.
It would hurt if you were to fall. If you were to jump off, it would hurt.
I've hiked up it, and that hurt too. So it's definitely up a little bit. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see those factors, and especially the July 4th weekend, right, where everybody's kind of celebrating and enjoying themselves, being in the right mind frame to play a game and accomplish that. But for our benefit and our leisure, on what is a national holiday, we have the ability to enjoy our team playing, which is pretty fun. It's kind of like a Thanksgiving game in football, or Christmas game in basketball. It's kind of one of those fun traditions where maybe this becomes a thing where they play on July 4th, which is never great sometimes for the players' families, but in this case, kind of fun, at least for those who can be in Colorado Springs, which is a military hub, and that's why we looked at doing an away day, and it's hard to do it there. We also looked at doing a watch party, and I think that's also fizzled out in terms of just trying to nail down and make sure the establishment could also host and reserve space for us, just because it is a holiday, right? So I think currently as it stands, check our socials to see if anything really organizes through our Discord and everything else, but feel free to watch with anybody and meet up, and then
I'll be watching it from home.
Coordinate with your friends. Yeah, exactly.
People are welcome to come join me at my house. I'm going to watch it from home. So if you want to swing by Mira Mesa, come on down. Message
There you
me,
go.
and
Party
I'll.
at Kiwi.
Haven't
Nick.
asked my wife if she's okay with that, so probably
It's
message me
better,
first.
it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Correct. All right, moving on up. Let's move towards the lounge, shall we, lads? Any final thoughts before we move to the lounge? Drew?
What a great game. Just what a great week. What a great game. I think we all really needed that a lot. I think the club needed that a lot. I think we have had a really rough year emotionally. And I think generally it's been hard because we haven't had consistent games at home. And so to get this, I think helps cement in the middle of the year a very good feeling so far about what's happened on the field this year at least. And so that's kind of where I feel pretty excited heading into kind of after about, you'd say, I think it's about a third through the season now at this point, maybe somewhere in there. So, it's a good spot to be.
It feels a lot like that 5-1 win over Vegas last season, where we were just needing a big blowout game where we just absolutely destroyed somebody.
This looks like a playoff team now. This feels like, okay, we're not dancing around on the edge of the playoffs. We're definitely a playoff team. Is it a championship team? I think the rest of the season we'll find that out. But right now, we've cemented playoff status.
Yep, sitting in third place. Hopefully get a win. Take us a little bit closer to Colorado, and then we beat them next week and maybe jump them. We'll see. Brandon, any final thoughts before we move on to the local lounge and we can take it up a notch?
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who welcomed me back with open arms. It was an incredible night. There was a lot of hugging. I am a hugger, so thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me bang on some drums again. That felt kind of good. Thank you for allowing me to go down and present man of the match. And I can't wait till I can't wait for the day that I can move back to San Diego. I really miss it.
Baby.
I really, really miss it. And, I miss Mexican food primarily. I'm a big food guy, and there's no good Mexican food up here, I'll tell you that. So can't wait to be back permanently.
Oh, I can't wait to
I
have
just was
you back.
imagining when you said with we would everybody welcome me with open arms, like somebody would be like, "You get out of here! You haven't been here for 6 months. Get out of here! What are you doing?
Shoo.
Get
Which
out of here!"
I still have. I forgot to give this back, but
Whose is that? Is that Taylor's?
yeah. I got to figure out
a lot of workout.
Well,
Me and Brandon were getting a lot.
give
I
yourself
also had my
that
card
yellow.
there on Saturday, and we were getting a lot of workout from our yellow cards. I was really
Yeah.
hoping I would get to use my red card, but that did not happen. I also had a blue card, but that doesn't apply in outdoor soccer. But thank you to the San Diego Sockers for that.
Where can the people find you guys? Where can they find you on the social medias, Drew?
At Drew Stork, as it says on the screen here, DREWSTORK, and that's on all the socials, but mainly on Discord, where you can just yell at me in the art channel about stuff you want to see.
What about you, Brandon? Where can we find you on the socials?
B_Rod17 official. I'm still trying to figure out what the official is for, but I did make that my freshman year of college, so I was 18, so it's official. And
you're officially Brandon Rodriguez, so
I'm officially B_Rod17. So you can find me on all socials under that. You can even find me on PlayStation if you want a whooping in FIFA. Although I play a little less now because I got a little bundle of joy at home to take care of, so I can't play as much. But if you guys want, we can organize a whooping for you.
Awesome. And I'm the Kiwi Nick.
A loyal select.
Yeah.
Player there.
Sorry, I'm the Kiwi Nick. You can find me under the Kiwi Nick on Twitter, or my name Nick Duffy on Instagram, because for some reason I didn't match the two. If you didn't know, I'm from New Zealand, hence the name, the Kiwi Nick. And for the locals, you can find us at thelocalssg.com and the locals SG on all social media platforms. Don't forget to jump into the Twitter if you're a member, and come hang out and yell at me on Discord, and I will listen to your feedback and I will implement it at the next game, just like last week. We will make this place a better and fun place together. Thanks, guys. Don't go away, everyone. We got the local lounge coming up. We're going to talk some smack about OC. We're going to talk about the crazy deals going down in MLS right now. We're going to talk about a few other things. So stick around, grab yourself a drink, and we'll be right back. Peace.
See you guys.
Any day over